A very good morning and Om Shanti to all of you. And today is 165th day of your godly blessing. And before we go ahead in this godly blessing, have a look at the video just for you, for your health, for your wellness, for your diet, for your sleep, and for your yoga asanas for flexibility. Have a look at this video. There are 11 videos, and let's go ahead with today's Vardhan, in which Baba is trying to tell us that any organization, be it your home, be it the organization, be it the center, be it Brahmakumaris center, be it your job, be it your business, why there is no equality in that, and because of which that organization doesn't work well, and there's always some kind of hurdle in your life, whether it's your family, whether it's your business, whether it's your organization, whether you're the boss of some organization or you're heading some team. So let's understand what Baba has to say over here, and he explains us so beautifully. Baba says, may you be truly loving and achieve success by following one direction and by having a constant stage, following one direction. Imagine in a family, if everybody is following God Father's direction, people are leaving the ego, the jealousy, the comparison, the manipulation within a family. What will happen? The family will be seen as a strong organization, and other people from outside, they won't see any one person as weak and make use of that weakness and try to find out what's going on in the house, trying to find out what is wrong with this house, and then finding the loophole and bringing the whole house down. In Hindi it is said, Ghar ka bhedi lanka dhai. That means if somebody reveals the secrets of the house, then the whole lanka means the golden lanka. That means your complete happiness and peace is gone along with it. So may you be truly loving and achieve success by following one direction and by having a constant stage. Constant stage means if you got ego, or you got jealousy, or you got competition, comparison, then obviously your stage is fluctuating, your moods are fluctuating, and people see that weakness in you and they play upon that, whether it be your organization, whether it be your home, whether it be your job, whether it be your business. And you don't want to look weak. So you don't want to look weak doesn't mean that you have to show anger, or you have to show that you are more powerful by shouting or by screaming or by showing tantrums or putting orders or throwing orders around. That is not showing that you're strong. That is a weakness, and everybody knows that weakness, and that's why people don't respect their bosses. People don't respect the elders in the house. People don't respect an organization head. Why? Because that person is manipulating or demanding power. So God says in depth, in a gathering, when one person says something and the other one accepts it, it is a response of true love, and that can only happen. Imagine if somebody has got ego, will you listen to that person? Even if that person is your boss, you might go to your subordinate or your friend and say, what kind of person is he? He's always ordering around, but he never does it himself. He's got so much of ego or anger that I don't feel like listening to this person. And what happens to that organization? What happens to that complete place? What happens to that home where children stop listening to their parents because they see that parents are fighting amongst each other? Parents are manipulating each other around. Parents are manipulating them also around. So what happens in that house also? What happens in that business where somebody is only giving gifts to get something done? Manipulation. So that's a weakness. So God says in a gathering, when one person says something and the other one accepts it, it is a response of true love. That is love amongst each other. Not the physical love, but the love of soul to soul, that you respect the other person for having qualities of humility, patience, tolerance, and that's how they are respecting you. Not because you're on that seat, not because you got been given that position and you can command and demand them. No, they might be doing it, but at the back of their mind, they'll be playing around with you. So, when others see such an example of the loving children, they also have the courage to form a connection. This is about Brahmakumaris center. This can be applied everywhere in this world. So in a center also, if everybody is loving towards each other, then those souls who come for meditation, they see, oh wow, here there's peace. When you go to a family or you go for a dinner to a family's place and you see that everybody's manipulating, everybody's shouting around, everybody's screaming around, putting each other down, you'll be like, I don't want to be in this place, right? You won't want to belong to that family or be friends with that family. You'll stay away from that family. Same thing happens with an organization, same thing happens with a business, same thing happens with your job place as a boss. People from outside come, they see that weakness, they say, oh, it's better to stay away because this organization is not working properly. They will never achieve success, so I don't want to attach myself to them. So Baba says that gathering then becomes a means of service. That means people like to join you, people like to be in a surrounding where there's peace and happiness, so they want to be with you. When Maya sees that your unity is good and you are a good group at your home also, somebody comes, they see that there is no pulling each other down happening. Parents and children have a very nice kind of unity. They are looking at each other's qualities instead of finding faults and putting each other down. Then the other person from outside who comes over there as a spectator, observer, he says, "Oh, this is a strong family. I cannot find any weakness which I can go out and tell other people about or gossip about." So you become a strong hold. So Maya sees. Maya means the weakness in the other person who's ready to see any jealousy, any kind of ego in the family or the organization. That soul doesn't have any reason to have any ego or jealousy or any kind of manipulation coming in his mind or her mind when they're with your family or when they're with your organization. So they also find, or the Maya finds within that soul, that no, there is no space, no room for me. When Maya sees that your unity is good and you are a good group, she will not have the courage to enter there. So that group will become strong. Nobody will try to find out weakness in your organization or a team or your home, and you'll be strong and you'll be moving ahead. The sanskars of being united and having a constant stage establish the one kingdom of the golden age. So that is what God comes down on earth to do. God tries to bring every soul together by making them leave their weaknesses within. If we have weaknesses within us, if we have desires of approval from people, obviously we'll manipulate. We'll move things around. We'll push people around. We'll throw orders around. And that's what happens in an organization. So when people from outside, they come to your home, to your organization, to your job place, to your business place, they see that there is unity amongst you. Nobody's putting each other down. Nobody's craving or ordering around to show that they are the boss or to satisfy their ego. When that humility is there, when that patience is there, then the maturity is seen in that organization. Then there's maturity seen in that family. Then there's maturity seen in that complete NGO or a place of worship or any place where the head is humble and nobody around them or around him is trying to reach up to him by pleasing that person, by filling the gaps in that person's ego. So God says, be that person who is an example and be that group which is not seeking love from each other but is seeking love from God, and that's why is trying to find the right reasons and the right methods of doing anything. We generally try to hide ideas, we generally try to hide methods. We don't like to share it with others within the family, also within an organization also. Why? Because we want to be one up. God says that is not an example of humility, that is not an example of sweetness, that is not a godly example. And when you do that, you bring the whole organization down, you bring the whole family down. Just why? Because you want to be at the top, you want to be known as the main person, and you manipulate around things, you hide things, you keep secrets, and that's where the weakness is seen by other organizations or people. Imagine a business where a person who comes and you invite that person for having a bid over your new plan or a new project, and that person comes and sees that the boss is always wanting or desiring other people's appraisal or praise, and he's commanding and demanding it, he's making a joke about it, or he's cribbing about it, or he's shouting at other people, or he's trying to be manipulative. So people now at the present time, they see through things very easily, and that's what Baba says, that if you want to run a good organization, your home or your workplace or a NGO or any place, you have to make sure that everybody has got same thoughts about any idea or any purpose. If there is an ego clash amongst yourself, why? Because of lack of humility amongst yourself. There is no love for each other. Everybody's trying to be up on the position, up, trying to grab that chair, trying to grab that position. Then God says that's the reason why many organizations or many businesses crumble down over a period of time. Even many homes, they crumble down over a period of time. Because why? Either the father wants all the importance, or the mother wants all the importance, or the children want all the importance, or they try to be one upon each other, and the people from outside, they see through that. And that's the weakness which we need to remove in our life, so that the house becomes like a golden aged house. Gold means there is no alloy in it. That means there is no weakness of lust, anger, greed, ego, attachment, jealousy, and many other negativities in you. that's how a house or a home will become peaceful and a godly place, a golden age home, or a heaven on earth. So I leave you with this beautiful Vardhan. Have a blessed day. Think about it deeply and meditate upon it. Om Shanti.